Buckle up, friends, and welcome to the Thriving Alcohol-Free Podcast. I'm your host, Deb, otherwise known as Mocktail Mom, a retired wine drinker that finally got sick and tired of spinning on life's broken record called Detox to Retox. Let this podcast be an encouragement to you if alcohol is maybe a form of self-care for you, where you find yourself dragging through the day waiting to pour another glass. I am excited to share with you the fun of discovering new things to drink when you aren't drinking and the joy of waking up each day without a hangover. It is an honor to serve as your sober fun guide, so sit back and relax or keep doing whatever it is you're doing. This show is produced for you with love from the great state of Kentucky. Thanks so much for being here and big time cheers. Okay, hey friends, welcome back to Thriving Alcohol Free. We're doing a pre-gaming right now. I have Lief, Frederick from the Bartender company joining us today. I'm going to read his bio in a second, but he's making a drink right now. Let's do a little pre-gaming. I'm just having a little olipop, and he's going to actually make a proper mocktail, non-alcohol cocktail, while we're getting ready here for our podcast. Let's go.
Yeah, this one I'm keeping really simple, which is honestly some of the best things to do, especially if you get home, just want to whip something together. Wilderton, the bittersweet aperitif is something I just started kind of jumping into.
Nice.
They've been around for a little bit,
Yeah.
but I just tasted them for actually while I was at Mindful Drinking Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is just going to be a couple ounces of that with a new one I also just discovered, which is Dappled, which is 3 different tonics. This is actually their floral, which I think pairs perfectly with this one.
Okay.
So just a quick whip together and a quick cheers, I guess.
I love that. Yes. Big time cheers to you, Lief. Thank you so much
Cheers.
for being here today. I'm
Absolutely.
so excited to talk to you. I've been following you on Instagram. I'm going to share your bio. I love that. Okay. 2 ingredient. That's a perfect little drink right there with tons of flavor, right? Deliciousness.
Yes. Yeah. So much you get the grapefruit and the bittersweet from the Wilderton, but then adding that tonic and it's got these florals, some of theirs, they have one that's aromatic. They have one that's a little more bitter.
Okay.
This one, I think the floral with everything is just a perfect blend. Citrus, that's the other one. They have a citrus one that goes really well.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. So definitely that's going to be in my fridge constantly.
Okay.
Something
Okay.
to come
That's
home.
gonna be on repeat. That'll be on repeat. Yeah. I was going to say for the summer, but you're in California, so it's kind of always summer in Southern California.
Not right now.
Oh, really?
We finally got rain.
Oh, okay.
We finally got rain. It's been brutal out here, as everybody's kind of seen. But we finally got some rain out here, which was much needed.
Great. Oh, yes. Well, we're about to get snow in Kentucky, so I'm buckling back up for that.
Nope.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, guys. This is Lief Frederick, and his Instagram. Make sure you're following him. Is The Variant Company. I'll put it in the show notes, but it's The Variant, VARIANTCO is his Instagram handle. So make sure you're following him. He is a 15+ year bartender who is retired from drinking 6 years ago. His Instagram page is dedicated to exploring and celebrating exceptional alcohol-free alternatives. Most importantly, I love this. He's a husband. He's a girl dad to 2 beautiful daughters. And you're a grandpa to be? No, you're not. No, you're not. You were the youngest grandpa ever. What? Did you have your first child at age 10?
No. A little bit older than that. But it's something that, grasping my whole mind around. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited for her and her husband and just for this addition to our family.
How wonderful. What a blessing. Yeah. Okay. So you've been sober for 6 years.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share? I would love to hear your sober story. I want to hear your story and then about starting the Variant Company and how you've been, what's been going on for you in the non-alcoholic space.
Absolutely. So, like you said, I've been 15+ year bartender, and it was one of those things like I dove into that bartender life. It was something that's like, you're working, you're making cocktails, you're drinking cocktails, and it just turns into like this whole kind of lifestyle that just kind of took over. And it's one of those things that after a while, you don't realize how far down the well you are. And I don't think I really until I decided to stop. It's one of the things like I lost, relationships with my family. It was just something I finally looked at myself and wasn't liking who I saw.
Yeah.
And the last straw was I had day drinking, one of those like just kind of passed out and I woke up and I had this thought of if I don't quit, my daughter's going to be invited to my funeral before I'm invited to her wedding.
Oh,
And that was it.
wow.
Like that was it. I had decided that wasn't going to drink anymore.
Wow.
And I was one of those that quit like kind of cold turkey. I had some people that said, "Oh, you made it look easy." It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's a constant process of even now,
Yeah.
like, there's probably at least one or two times throughout the course of the day where I envision where I was before. I envision what I didn't have and what I have now, which is a huge motivator,
Yeah.
huge motivator. But everything in my life got so much better when I decided to quit. At that time, I didn't really have a relationship with my daughter.
Mm.
Now I had this beautiful relationship with her. My wife, who's also sober,
Okay.
we met through a dating app.
Uh-huh. Oh, my husband and I met the same way. Yes, dating apps.
Oh, right on.
Let's hear it for the dating apps. Who
Oh,
knew?
right,
Who knew you
right.
could meet
Yeah.
normal
Hinge.
people on a
Big
dating app?
cheers to Hinge. Yeah. Like
Yeah, oh,
that
you're
was,
unhinged. Okay, we were on Match.com back before they even had videos on it. Like this was like years ago. Yeah.
oh, wow.
That's awesome. Okay, so that's how you guys met. Love it.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that one really quick is so I remember looking on, you're swiping or
Sure, sure,
whatever.
sure. Yeah. Window. Yeah,
And
you're shopping.
yeah. And I remember like passing on, I'd see pictures of young ladies that like, oh, I only drink once in a while, but 3 out of 4 pictures, they have like a drink in their hand,
Uh-huh.
right? So
Sure,
I'm just
sure.
like, okay,
Yep.
not going to work,
Yep.
not going to work.
Next.
I didn't think about like when I posted my profile,
Okay.
like the best picture I had at the time
Uh-huh.
was me in front of the bar.
Oh, that's
It
funny.
was like me at work. It was like this great, I was like, oh, it's a great
Great
picture of me.
picture.
So when my wife saw it, she's just like, oh, bartender, there's no way I can
Interesting.
no way this is going to work. But she actually kind of scrolled down, and at that time, I was just over 4 years
Okay.
sober. And
Okay.
I said that was like my biggest accomplishment. So that could have easily, that could have been a quick swipe and none of this,
Oh,
but, thankfully, I have her in my life who's absolutely amazing. Now we have 1 year old, almost 1 year
I
old
was gonna say
in
you have a
about
little.
2 weeks. Yeah,
She'll be a
17th.
year in 2 weeks.
Yeah, on 17th.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it is, she's amazing. Like she's
Oh,
just, what she has brought into our lives and my family's lives and, you know, has this amazing older sister and now she's going to have another, like,
she's gonna be an aunt.
another
She's gonna be an
playmate.
aunt before she's before she's two,
Yeah.
right?
Wait, yeah, I know.
They'll
It's
be like
funny, but
siblings though. That's kind of
they're going to be
nice.
like
Yeah, they'll be
siblings.
like
They really
siblings.
will.
That's
Yeah.
so nice.
It's one of those things that none of this would have happened if I had decided to stop drinking.
Wow. Wow.
But I'm loving this journey and I'm loving now kind of going into this new venture of mine with the alcohol free alternatives and some again even though I've been sober for 6 years, nothing I could even imagine really doing, to be honest, because I wasn't familiar with everything that was out there.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
when I
6 years
quit, I
ago
was
there
just
weren't. I was
like
gonna say 6 years ago there wasn't much.
there
Yeah, there
wasn't.
weren't a lot of alcohol-free alternatives at the time. Not
Right.
many.
It was like everything was just like, you had your kind of two or three non-alcoholic beers.
You had Ritual and Seedlip, I think, probably were
Yeah.
the only
Yeah. That was
two
pretty much it.
main ones, at least here in the States, and Liars, I would say. But yeah, now, I mean,
Mhm.
it's crazy, right?
It is.
And you went to the Mindful Drinking Fest, right? So you got to see like that was in Washington, D.C. in January. You got to
It
see
was.
all the stuff.
It was. And it was so cool to see. But not only that, it was like the community.
Yeah.
Like you said before, this community is amazing. This is kind of
Yeah.
like when I quit drinking, like I did a cold turkey and I was like, okay, AA is great for so many people. It just
Wasn't for me.
wasn't for me.
Yep,
It
wasn't for me.
wasn't for me.
Hmm.
And so I kind of was just doing it on my own. I didn't even really share that I was sober until maybe the first year. But starting the Variant Company, and then you start following people start following you, and then you see everybody's journey, whatever it is, and whether they've completely quit drinking, whether they're just interested in alcohol free alternatives. It is so cool to see. And then going to Mindful Drinking Fest, where like I swear I walked in feeling like the kid at the new school, like
Oh,
for the first like
really?
20 minutes.
Okay.
It's all these people who already knew each other. They're already, and I just happened to be standing next to Amanda from Tomo no Tomo,
Oh, I love Tomo no Tomo.
right?
It's
And
so good.
I had just made a couple drinks with that too. So she knew who I was, and then we started talking.
Great.
And it was crazy because then I had to run out the door because I was doing a pop up like
Oh,
like
right,
an
right.
hour later.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my best friends lives in DC and works in a restaurant.
Okay.
So he was just like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" So, but then coming back, the next day, and there was the tasting hall and all these different things, and people who recognized me, and
Oh,
I'm just connecting with everybody. Like that was to have that under one, not one roof, but just at one place.
yep. Yep.
But just in general, this community is awesome and so helpful too for someone that's like brand new. I'm a year into this.
Wow. Wow.
It's been a lot of fun.
Have you been drinking non-alcoholic option like cocktails and stuff? How long have you been making them? Or like, so
Just about a year.
really?
So
Okay. I'm so
last
fascinated by
January,
that. Really?
yeah, last January, so I bartend
Yeah.
at a Creole restaurant here in Claremont.
Okay.
And last January, I was just like, we always do a drink special, like each month or about every month we do a drink special. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll do a dry January. So, because you were really starting to see more and more people. You go into Target or you go into Sprouts out here, and it was like they actually had sections. They actually like not just like a little shelf, they had a whole section. I was like, all right, well, let me do this. And I think I did. Oh, I did the sangria with Geysen.
Oh, yeah.
That a
Yeah.
little
Oh,
ritual. I
my
just kind of
favorite, the
whipped something
Gießen.
together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yes.
Geysen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
I say them
yeah.
all wrong, Leaf.
I'm sure I butchered.
I've called them all wrong. Yeah, believe me.
Yeah.
I've made videos for companies and then I'm like, oh, whoops. Was I saying your name wrong the whole time?
Oh, yeah, yeah. So I did that,
Okay.
and I was just like, okay, that actually did pretty well. I was like, okay, well, let me see what else is out there, and then, once you start working something up,
Yeah,
everything starts popping up.
that's
So I'm
true.
just like,
That's
oh,
true.
okay, there's this, and then Pathfinder. Pathfinder was like my first like,
First love.
whoa,
Yeah,
okay,
different.
there's complexity. There's so much to this. So I just kept kind of going into it, and I'm all, let me just mess it. I've never done anything Instagram. Like
Okay.
besides like my couple posts like
Sure.
on my personal thing,
Sure.
I had no clue what I was doing.
Same. Yeah,
I had
same.
no clue what I was doing, but I was just like, all right, I'm gonna start playing around with stuff. And
Great.
then, I popped into a non-alcoholic bottle shop. It's not there anymore. Kind of saw it. It was cool because the woman who was helping me was so helpful and had all this knowledge about the different things. And then checking out the wines and the beers. And so I just started buying stuff and, all of a sudden I started getting this collection of things and just started playing around with stuff. And now it's just like, it's become a passion. It really has, especially there's so many good things out there,
There are. There are.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So many good
And then
options.
out here, you got other bottle shops that are opening up. You got Burden of Proof out in Pasadena, which is doing some like killer stuff. They just opened. They
Really?
just opened
Really?
and they're
Okay.
having like tasting and they're having, they already paired up with a couple things where they did a cocktail making class.
Great.
You've got all these things that are happening everywhere.
That's amazing. Yeah, there's so many options now. So many places popping up and places you can buy things. I mean, all over the place. Okay, so what is the Variant Company? Is it a business that you're starting or it's more?
It is a business that I'm starting. I started it just not knowing where I was going with it
Yeah.
yet. So really, like exactly how the other bio says, it's an exploration of exceptional alcohol-free alternatives. From there, like now it's just posting. It's just showing people all the different options and what can be done with it. There are some things I'm kind of looking towards in the future, as in, I've done a couple pop-ups. I'm actually thinking about doing a mobile service. I'm definitely going to be partnering up with some of these different bottle shops that are out here, and then I think finding some of the right products out there to really team up with. there's so much good stuff out there, and it's growing so fast that it's insane, like just keeping up with everything.
I think it's impossible to keep up with.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm like, it's very overwhelming. So I can only imagine if you're just walking into this non-alcoholic space right now for somebody, it's like, what is going on? What is all this stuff?
You've seen it in your comments too, like on Facebook, where everyone's like, well, what is this, or
Hmm.
what is that, or even people asking, what aperitif is, or digestif.
Totally.
There's so much information to gain, and I just hope that I can kind of help with a little bit of that with my actual bar experience, kind of shifting it over into the alcohol free realm.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be so helpful for people. I mean, so many moms like myself, like just stop drinking wine. I mean, I kind of went cold turkey like you, like just stop drinking. I was like, okay, I just want to take a little break, but I didn't know what the heck, what am I doing with this shit? What do I do with this shaker cup? So just to be able to
Right.
help people figure out, how to mix things and make some easy drinks, they can do at home, or make some things with complex flavors they can make at home is so awesome to have your experience and knowledge and share that.
It's fun. Like
Yeah.
it's fun, something I can share with my wife. It's something that I mean, even my job is now put like 4 cocktails
Great non-alcohol
on the
cocktails.
menu, non-alcoholic cocktails on
Really?
the menu.
Really?
Yeah, which was really cool. And they actually said to me, they're like, well, why don't you put a couple more on there, because everybody else is just drinking sodas and juice. It's based, and then putting it in a fancy glass and selling it for like $10. you know, uh, so to actually be able to do that, and then kind of see what the reviews be. Some are a little bit different than others, like, and that's okay. Doing something like an aperitif that has a little bit more bitterness to it. Some people love, some people don't. That's
Yeah. Everybody's
totally okay.
everybody's tasted. Okay. Do you have some favorite aperitifs? I know obviously the Wilderton you're drinking right now.
Yeah. So the Wilderton, I really like the Everleaf. I
Okay.
think those are a little bit on the sweeter end, not as bitter, a little bit more delicate.
Hmm.
But those ones go, like, I really like. I'm gonna throw in the Namari.
Okay, I haven't tried that. And Katie of Sober's mom was telling me about it. She said it's delicious.
It is. It is. So it is that got rich and bittersweet. It's more of a digestive Amaro style, like
Okay.
an Italian Amaro style. You could say it's close with like to the
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, like
Hmm.
yeah, like in that realm, but it's such a different, unique flavor.
Okay, I need to order that
And
one.
I love that one. And they're right. I've actually met Brittany from one of the founders of them a couple times. She did a couple pop-ups out here in Claremont. Just
Oh,
such a cool person, such a great product. So that's definitely one I really like. Botivo, which isn't out here yet, but
okay.
that one's actually out of the UK, and it's actually apple vinegar.
Huh. Has like a little bite to it. Yeah.
Oh, it's got more than a little bite. Like it's
It's like a
something
big
like
bite.
I poured myself 2 ounces of that over a cube,
Hmm.
like, and decided to just take a big old swig of it, and I was just like, oh,
Surprise.
one of those things is like, do I like this or not?
Uh-huh.
But then I had this like, oh, there's so many cool things I could do with this, but you only need like a half
A little
ounce.
bit. Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
only need a little bit of it to really do some cool things with cocktails.
Very cool.
So that's what I'm digging. I'm hoping that'll be out here later this year.
Great. Great.
Just other things that complement. I think Cava Haven is such a cool.
I like Kava Haven.
Yeah, it's a unique
It
flavor.
is.
It like
Yeah. I like it with like some orange juice. Just keep it simple,
mhm,
I made a cranberry mule with it. Was really good.
yeah. Roots Divino,
Okay.
a really good non-alcoholic vermouth.
Okay.
They have a Blanco and a Rosso that are like
What do
really
you like to
tasty.
make with that?
Negronis.
Okay. Yeah.
Love Negronis, and the thing is you can go different ways with it. So I mean genuinely it's like they're gin based cocktails,
Okay.
right? So you've got that, the vermouth, and then your aperitif. So before, I was doing a lot with Ritual. I was throwing that in there. Their aperitif's great because it's much more on the bitter
It's
side.
very bitter. Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the other ones like kind of went more sweet,
Yep.
And then now with Wilderson, I think that does both. I think you have both the bitter and the sweet
Okay.
that goes great. So that with the roast, I like doing that. And then there's also there's a new tequila alternative coming out
Okay.
that is killer. That I did a Negroni style with that. It hasn't even been released yet, but it's called Tradition.
Okay.
Yeah, I got introduced to them at Mindful Drinking
Oh,
Fest.
good. Good.
They just brought some bottles out, and I was just like, I'm going to be posting about the cocktail I did today
Right.
about
Oh,
that one.
great. Great. Okay. I can't
Yeah,
wait to see it.
so-
That's
yeah.
awesome.
About, but yeah, so it's like I just love making cocktails. I have so much fun with it, and I notice now like being so new to it before, and now I'm all like a stickler for all these little editing things
Oh, like
that
on your videos, you mean, or on your?
yeah, on my videos, I'm just like, oh, that's not right. That's not right. I'm not.
It's a whole thing, the whole video editing.
It
It
is.
can be a little, I'm a little overwhelmed personally myself right now with the video editing. Oh, I went to this event. Oh, I did a mocktail workshop in Wilmington, Delaware. It was so much fun. It was in January. And these mocktail influencers, or not mocktail, they're Delaware influencers, this couple, they go do like date events and stuff, and they happened to come to the event. So like before I even left the event was like, I mean, maybe 30 minutes after it ended, I was leaving and she sent me 2 videos already edited of footage that she had taken of the event. She was just there as like a guest or whatever. And I was like, I texted her back and I was like, how did you do that so fast? How did you do all that editing? How did you do it so quickly? I mean, she's like in her 20s. So this is like,
Yeah, it's
shorthand for
just
her. And I'm like, I'm like, you have no idea how long it takes to do one video. And I use CapCut. Do you
yeah.
use CapCut?
No, I haven't got. I'm literally doing everything just on my phone.
Well,
Like
I use CapCut on my phone. Yeah, get CapCut. Use it on your phone.
I need to.
Yeah.
Who was it that Elaine who you had
Oh, Mocktail
recently?
Hour. I love her. I love her.
Yeah, yeah.
She's great. Her videos are amazing.
She did a thing on Sundays sometimes where she's like, ask me anything.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I was just like, hey, so
How do you
when you
edit?
first start, she said CapCut was,
CapCut, and you can do
one.
it on your phone. I
So
know they have it like on the desktop. Sorry for everybody listening to the podcast. If you're interested in editing your own videos, people, this is you go get yourself CapCut. Yeah, I think I have the annual subscription or whatever to it, but it's totally worth it. Yeah, yeah. And then
yeah,
follow the Mothership. If you're on TikTok, the Mothership. It's MUTH, like the Mothership. Her
okay.
name's Helen. She's got like over 1 million followers, but she teaches CapCut and tricks and stuff on editing. So
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
anything I know how to do, and she's my age. So like if she and I can learn it
Right.
after 50, there is hope for all.
Right.
Everyone can do the editing. So yes. So what's been the best part? And you were talking about like just what's been the best part of being sober? I mean, obviously like your family and I mean just your whole life is just so different, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, just it's a complete, just a complete switch. But just the overall, just that feeling and like just throughout the day of I look around, I see everything that I have, and like I said before, that I wouldn't have had. And there's times throughout my sobriety where there were some tough things.
Sure.
My mom, both my mom and my father have had like health issues recently,
Sorry.
some stressful times, and knowing that I don't need alcohol to get through those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being able to go through it, and obviously, leaning on my family and my wife, through some of those times. But overall, just not once that I think it's like, you know what, I need a drink to get through this.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's just my overall way that I feel, like whether it's physically, even though I feel like I'm breaking down, right?
You and me both.
I got knee issues. I got, but
Same. Should we go to PT together? I'm in Kentucky though, but yeah, maybe we go to physical therapy together.
right. Yeah. We'll figure something out. But no, just knowing that if anybody needs me on there, like 100%, whether it's physically, mentally, and the fact that they know that, I think there's no better feeling than to know that you can be there for the people that you love.
That's so true. Yeah. And the phone can ring at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, and you're like
Yep.
fully okay, just let me wake up and I can hop in the car and do anything that needs to be done.
Right.
You're not like, I gotta get sober before I can start driving or go help somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's nothing better than that.
Amazing. And you have a little baby. That's so awesome. She's going to be 1. Okay. So do you want to share? Well, you already shared a little recipe. When you go out to eat, if there's not a non-alcoholic cocktail on the menu, what do you like to order? Or what would you ask the bartender to make for you if you're the guest?
Honestly, if there's not an option, I usually just don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't. Like I'm
Iced tea or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Something else.
fine with an iced tea, fine with the soda.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even.
You don't even go down that road. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
fine.
I'm also one of those people because I'm in restaurants.
Yeah.
Like I see everything. I can't turn my
I'm
mind
sure.
off,
Yep.
and it goes with the same thing with like I can sit at a bar.
Yeah.
I can sit at a bar and order food and not,
Yeah.
obviously behind the bar all the time, so it doesn't really. But if there are options, that's awesome. But if not, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
You're
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't bother. It'd be cool if they did, but and some you're seeing more that at least have like a non-alcoholic
Beer.
beer.
Yep. For sure.
It might not be, some of the ones that are up and coming that we know, like,
Yeah.
like Brava Partake or anything. But there was a restaurant that had the Samuel Adams, nothing but the haze. I was surprised how good that
That's
was.
really good, right?
Like, that was really good. I was just
Really
like, I
good.
can't remember where we're at, but I was just like,
Very nice. Have you tried Go Brewing?
yes, I actually ran into them actually. They were the one brewery that was at Mindful
Oh,
Drinking
good.
Fest. I was
I'm glad they were
I
there.
was actually surprised that there weren't more of those. There's wines and obviously a lot of the different art, ready to drinks and things like that. But yeah, I was surprised there wasn't
Yeah.
more of them. But Go Brew, yeah.
They're very good. Do you have a favorite ready to drink, an RTD, or a couple of favorites?
Ready to drink. So let's see. So I like the Blind Tiger because you can also mix something with it.
Okay.
You can drink it as it's or mix with it. Curious Elixirs I just got into recently.
Okay.
And so those, like, I'm really enjoying those. Let's see. Just tried Lo-Fi Kava.
Oh,
They're ready to drink like kava drink, really kind of mellow, really like, really enjoyable.
nice.
Like, so I like those.
Nice.
Busty Lush too.
I like Busty Lush. Yeah, I just had her.
Busty
Was it
Lush too. Yeah.
lavender margarita I was drinking last
Yeah. The
week or
lavender.
so? Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, her products are
Yeah.
delicious. So good.
So definitely liking those
That's
ones right
awesome.
now.
Okay, I want to make sure everybody's following you on the Gram. If they're not, you're on Facebook too. The Variant Company. I'll
Yeah.
put it in the show notes so everybody can follow along. Lief, you share amazing drinks. I mean, I love what you're doing. Thank you. And you're in my Facebook group. I think it's called Big Time Cheers. I think if anybody wants to join our free Facebook group, there's lots of people in there, and you share beautiful drinks in there. So thank you for doing that. And it's kind of a peer-led community. So I appreciate it.
And that is such a great community. It really, it's like I love like being, but like that was one that my wife showed me. I was just like, oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
And jumped in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love being a part of this community
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Yes, we love having you. And I am really just cheering you on for everything that your future is so bright. Like, I can't wait to just keep cheering you on. So yeah, keep up.
Thank you so much.
Keep up the great work. You're doing such awesome things. So I'm excited for you. Good things.
Thank you.
Things
Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to be a grandpa.
This can be a fun year.
Yes.
Oh my
seriously,
God. Yeah.
This is going to be such a great year.
It is. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. This was awesome.
So fun. Big time cheers to you for tuning in to the Thriving Alcohol-Free podcast. I hope you will take something from today's episode and make one small change that will help you to thrive and have fun in life without alcohol. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social, send up a flare, or leave a rating and a review. I am cheering for you as you discover the world of non-alcoholic drinks and as you journey towards authentic freedom. See you in the next episode.